Hi guys, April here. Welcome back to Canadian Excursions. Today we are making this little pot holder, candy dish holder, what have you for Christmas. And yeah, so follow along and I hope you enjoy it. So to start with, you want 3 different Christmas colored wools. I chose for my white, it is Baby Love or Love Baby. It's a very small ply. And then what I had on hand that was a similar ply was the green and then this red with a little sparkle, but you can use any kind you want. If you want a larger mat, then use a larger wool and a larger hook. So for my hook, I'm using a 3.25, and then you'll need a darning needle as well as a pair of scissors to clip it all off in the end. And we're going to start with the red. So we'll start by doing a chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then into the very first chain, the very bottom chain, you're just going to do a little slip knot into that chain. And then into this little ring that you have here, I want you to work 14 single crochet. So it's 1, you can work in that little, your little end there as you go, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't bore you with the whole thing, so I will meet you back here once you've done 14 single crochets. So once you have your 14 single crochets, you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet, and that completes your round 1. On to round 2, you're going to start by chaining 4, 3, and 4. And then into this first stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And we're going to repeat that all the way around back to the beginning. So do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next stitch. So continue this 14 times all the way around back to the beginning, chain 1, double crochet, and I will meet you back here at the start. So once you have completed 14 of these double crochets all the way around, come back to the beginning, count up 2 stitches, so 1, 2, and then at the very top of that first double crochet, just do a slip stitch in there. Okay, so that is it. That completes your round 2. So you're just going to end there and snip off. And now we're going to change to the green, sorry, to the white. So to begin the third round, you were going to be working into these little chain spaces. So what you're going to do is insert your hook. You're going to take your next color. I've chosen white for my second color. You can go in any order you like. Once you have it on your hook, you're just going to pull it through, yarn over, chain 1, and then chain 2. Now into this same space, we're going to put 3 double crochets together. So how are you going to do that? Yarn over, insert into that same space, yarn over, pull through just the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and then repeat that. Do another double crochet, pull through just the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through, and just the first 2 loops. So you should have 4 loops on your hook when you've done that. So now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops. Once you've done that, you're just going to chain 2. Oops. So that's chain 1 and chain 2. And that completes your first stitch of round 3. So we're going to repeat that again. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2, and you have your 4 stitches. So now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those. 3 and last one, 4. Okay, so that secures it. Chain 2. So you're going to repeat this all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and you should have 14 of these little puff stitches. So I'm coming around to my last one, 3 double crochets together. Secure it, chain 2, and then into the top of this very first double crochet you're going to insert your hook and do a slip stitch or a slip knot, either way. And that's it. So that ends round 3. So now we're going to do a color change. You're going to attach the green tie that off and secure it, and then for the green we're just going to attach it the same way that we attached the white. So you're just going to do a little slip knot, I'm just going to take that out, and then again we're working into these little chain spaces here. Just pick any one, doesn't matter which one you work into, and then attach your green. Okay, and then you're going to chain 2. That first one is already your first chain, so now you're chain 2. Now into this same space we're going to chain 2 together. So we're pulling through just the first 2 again. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull through just 2, and then you should have 3 loops on your hook. So you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Chain 1, and then repeat that into that same stitch. So you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 3 stitches on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 to secure it. Then we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to work into this next space. So you're going to yarn over, do a double crochet, just pull through the first 2 loops, repeat that a second time. So now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1, repeat into that same stitch. Pull through all 3, chain 1, and then into the next stitch, next chain space, sorry. Insert your hook, pull through 2, insert, pull through 2, and then pull through all 3. Chain 1, that into the same space again. You're going to repeat that. So that's the repeat for this round. Chain 1, you're going to repeat that 14 times all the way back, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so on to our last chain space of round 4. Chain 1, repeat, and that's it. Okay, so once you've finished that, chain one, and then into the top of this very first double crochet, you're going to do a slip stitch. And that completes round 4. So you can end it there, and that's where we're at so far. Okay, now we'll continue on for round 5. So to begin round 5, I'm using red for my next color. You're going to secure your next color onto your hook with a slip knot. Again, we're working into each one of these little chain spaces all the way around. So we're going to be working 2 double crochets together. So we'll secure this with 1 single crochet or chain and then a second chain. So now we're going to be working into this stitch 2 double crochets together. So yarn over, pull through just 2, leaving 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving 3 on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops on your hook. Chain 1 to secure it, and then chain 1 to move on to the next round. Into this next little space, you're going to yarn over, pull through just 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3. Chain 1 to secure, chain 1 for the next row, next stitch. Into this next space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, oops, and then yarn over, pull through all 3, and then secure it, and then chain 1. Okay, we're going to repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning once you've completed round 5. Okay, so I'm just going to do the last stitch, double crochet, and pull through all 3, yarn over to secure, and another chain. And then we're going to work into the top of this first chain 3. So right in there, pull through, oops, and just do a slip knot through there, and then close it off to secure. So for round 6, if you're making just something that you want a coaster, then this is where you're going to end it, is at this round that I'm about to do. And then if you want something that's a little bit larger, then we'll continue on for the final few rounds. So you're going to attach the green in any space. So you attach that with a chain. And then we're going to do 4 additional chains, so 5 in total. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to come back down into this same chain space and work a double crochet. Okay, so that will leave you with this little chain here, which will help us finish off the round later. And then you're just don't do a chain or anything here. We're just going to go and work right into this next space. So you're going to work a double crochet, chain 2, and into that same space work a double crochet. Okay, into the next space you're going to go a double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet into that same space. One more time, into the next space, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way around back to the beginning, weaving in your ends as you go. And I will meet you back here at the beginning. So just finishing up on this last chain space, we're going to do double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And now, instead of chaining, we're just going to close off into the third chain at the top here. So you're going to count 1, 2, and then right here at the top, yarn over. You're just going to do a little slip stitch and then finish it off. So for round 7, we're going to be working just into the chain 2 spaces. So we're not going to work into this little V here, just in the chain spaces in between. So we're going to switch over, or I'm switching over to white. If I can get that on there. And we're going to attach that and chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then into this same space we're going to do a double crochet. So I'm gonna pull through 2, oops, and pull through 2. Okay, now we're going to move right into the next chain 2 space. So you're going to work a double crochet. And this is very similar to the last time, only now instead of doing a chain 2, we're going to do a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to work a double crochet into that same space. And then move right into the next chain 2 space, double crochet. This will kind of give it a bit of a lacy look. Chain 3, and then double crochet. So that's the repeat for this round. You're going to do a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and then into the next chain 2 space, double crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet. And you're going to complete that all the way to the end, and then I will meet you back here when we're done. Okay, so I'm just coming back around to the last little set of double crochet here. So double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. Okay. And we're going to go into the top, so we're going to count up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to slip stitch into that stitch, or that, I guess it's a chain, into that chain, and then secure it. So beginning round 8, we're going to continue with the white, so don't cut your wool like I did. I've had to knot it back on there, so mine's going to be a bit messy. So you should be at the top of this chain is where we left off. What we need to do is we need to do a slip knot into this center chain here, okay, into this little centered chain. So in the next stitch over, we're just going to do a little slip knot into that stitch, into that chain, just to move us over. That's all we want to do, is be in the center of that stitch. Okay, so once you're there, mine's going to get messy because I have all these extra threads, but you won't have those. So once you've done that, just chain 1 and then single crochet into that same space. Okay, and that's it. Now we're going to move over to the next chain 2 space, and into this space we're going to work 4 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then go ahead and chain 1, and then we're going to repeat that and put 4 more double crochets into that same space. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should end up with this pretty shell is what it should end up looking like, okay? So now into the next chain 2 space, you're just going to put a single crochet into that space. Just one single crochet, then move into the next space, and again we're going to work 4 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 1, and then 4 more double crochet. That was 3, so 1 more. That completes that one, and then into the next chain 2 space, again, just a single crochet. So you're going to repeat that all the way around and then meet me back here at the beginning. So it's going to be 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet, then a single crochet into the next chain 2 space, 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet, and then a single crochet into the next chain 2 space. So you're going to continue that, repeat that all the way around, and meet me back at the beginning, and I believe next is our final round. Okay, and once you have completed your last set of 4 double crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochet, you're just going to slip stitch into that initial single crochet that you did into that first chain 2 space, and that's it. Tie off, and then we will start the final round. Okay, so for our final row, we're going to be working into the bottom of these 2 shells here where they meet here in the middle in that little single crochet we did in the chain 2 space. So that's where we're going to connect our next color. I've chosen red for my final color. This is, I believe, round 9 for anybody keeping track. Okay, so into that little space, you're just going to attach your wool there. And now we need to do a series of 4 single crochets to get to the top of this shell. So into each stitch, you're just going to do 1 single crochet. So that's 1. Now work your red in as you go. You can always sew it in later if you choose to. It's a little less fiddly to work with. So that's 3, and then you got 1 more here at the top. 4, and that should bring you to your little chain space here at the top. We're going to work right into that space now. So you're just going to do a single crochet into that space, and now chain 2. So this is a picot stitch that we're doing. Okay, single crochet and then chain 2. Then I want you to come back down to the bottom of that stitch, insert your hook, and just do a slip stitch into the bottom of that stitch. And then into that same space, do a single crochet. Okay, so that gives you your little picot stitch there at the top. So now you're going to work your way back down to this stitch here at the bottom. So you should, it'll be 3 to work your way to the bottom. No, sorry, 4. Oh, because I'm missing a stitch there. Careful not to miss any stitches there, okay? So this little space right here, I'm going to work a single crochet into that space, into that stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that brings you back down to your bottom stitch. So you're just going to do a single crochet again into that stitch, and then 4 more to work your way back up to the top. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that should bring you back to the chain space again in the top of your shell. So you're going to work a single crochet into that space, chain 2, do a slip stitch into the bottom stitch there, so just do a little slip stitch, and then into that same space 1 last single crochet. Okay, so you're going to repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning. So once you finish your last picot stitch, you're just going to stitch your way back to the bottom of this last shell. There should be 4 stitches there left, 3 and 4, and then you're just going to slip stitch back into this original single crochet that you did. Slip stitch, oops, oh, I made a mess of that. I'm going to try that again. Slip stitch into that last crochet, and that's it. So you'll just sew in your ends, and that is, we'll sew in the last of our ends there, and then that's it. There's your little placemat for candies or coffee or whatever you like. If you want to make it larger, you can repeat this row. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe row 5 and 6. You can repeat those a couple of times each, and that will make it larger. But other than that, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and stay safe, everybody. Thank you. Bye.